Let me ask you something. What if the biggest thing holding you back from achieving your goals isn't your talent or your luck, but, well, the chaotic storm of thoughts inside your own head? Today, we're diving into that very idea with a story called The Boy Who Mastered His Mind.
Your mind is like a wild horse. Wow, that really hits home, doesn't it? It just perfectly describes that restless, jumpy, distracted feeling we all get. And it sets up the big challenge of our story. How in the world do you tame something like that?
So, let's meet our main character, Kabir. Now, Kabir is a really smart kid, no doubt about it, but he's got this one huge problem. He just can't focus. His mind is always leaping from one thing to the next, never really staying put. Sound a little familiar?
And yep, here they are, the usual suspects, right? It didn't matter if he was trying to study or do his chores, his brain would immediately drift off to his phone, or what his friends were doing, or the video game he wanted to play. It was this constant tug of war for his attention, and he was losing.
Well, Kabir's dad sees all this happening, and he's worried, so he decides it's time to get some outside help. He takes Kabir to a wise teacher, a man known as Guruji, hoping he has some answers. And what he gets is a lesson that's so simple, yet so profound.
So Guruji hands Kabir a glass of water, filled right to the very brim, and he gives him just one simple instruction. Walk all the way around this garden and don't spill a single drop. Sounds easy enough, right? I mean, how hard could that be? That's exactly what Kabir was thinking too.
But of course, it wasn't that simple. As he started to walk, the garden came alive with these tiny little distractions. Birds chirping over here, leaves rustling over there, some other kids laughing in the distance. And every single time his focus shifted, even for a split second, a little water would slosh out. By the time he got back to Guruji, the glass was already half empty.
And this is the moment it all clicks. Guruji explains it perfectly. The glass, he says, that's your goal. But the water is your focus. Without the water, the glass is useless. Every time you get distracted, you spill a little bit of that focus until eventually there's nothing left. The lesson was crystal clear. You have to protect your focus at all costs.
And boom! That was it. That was the wake-up call Kabir desperately needed. He finally understood that just knowing this wasn't enough. He had to actually do something. So he got to work, building a new daily practice to forge a truly disciplined mind.
He didn't try to change everything all at once. Nope, he started small. He built a simple routine, waking up at the same time every day to create consistency, putting real limits on his phone time, forcing himself to do only one thing at a time. And he even added just a few minutes of quiet meditation to help calm that wild horse in his mind.
And listen, at first, it was hard, really hard. That wild horse in his mind did not want to be tamed. But he just kept at it, pulling his attention back again and again and again. And over time, something pretty amazing started to happen. He could actually feel a shift. His memory got sharper, and yeah, his grade started to go way up.
Okay, so let's fast forward 1 year. Kabir has been training his mind day in and day out. And then a huge national competition is announced. It's packed with super complex problems that have to be solved under major pressure. This was it, the ultimate test of his new focus.
And just look at the difference his training made. It's night and day. While all the other students were freaking out, totally overwhelmed by how hard the questions were, Kabir was calm. He was an island of focus. For him, it wasn't some impossible test. He was just solving one question, and then the next one. Just like he focused on that single glass of water.
So when all the dust settled and the results were finally announced, yep, you guessed it, Kabir was the winner. He had proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that his disciplined mind was his greatest superpower. Okay, what a great story, right? But what does it actually mean for us, for you and me? This is where we take that lesson and figure out how to use it in our own lives. Here it is. This is the whole point. This is the big idea of this entire story. Having talent is great, sure. Getting lucky is nice. But a disciplined mind is the real game changer. It's the one thing you have total control over, and it can outperform everything else every single time.
So I'll leave you with this question. Think back to that glass of water from Guruji's garden. What's in your glass? What's that one goal, that one dream that's so important to you that it's worth protecting with every ounce of your focus? Thanks for joining this explainer.